Hi, everyone. It's Brad Weber, and I am so excited to be here tonight. We've had a big day of meetings, but now we're having a really great evening ahead of us. And I'm going to have each of these amazing individuals introduce themselves, tell us where you're from, and then we're going to talk about the Pride Forum business meeting.
Hi, I'm Dwight. I'm a faculty at the University of Virginia Darden School of Business.
Hi, I'm Leah, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher at EPFL.
Hi, my name is Tyler Preeny. I am a new assistant professor at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Hi, my name is Deniz Şimşek. I'm a PhD candidate at Northwestern University, Kellogg School of Management.
So, with the newest forum, and this is so amazing, I want to talk about how this came about and some of the goals you have. So, I'm just going to hand this to you, have each of you share a little bit of the story about how this came about, your involvement in it, and what members can expect to receive in the future, okay?
So, Informs has been very supportive in terms of including some of the traditionally marginalized communities in the society. So, we were one of the first DEI ambassadors to do a survey on how does the demographic characteristics of Informs members look like when it comes to sexual orientation and, for the lack of a better word, alternative gender identities. And that was the first DI ambassador project that focused particularly on the LGBTQ community. From there, we moved on to having an informal get-together for the LGBTQ Informs members. And that was kind of the birthplace of the Informs Pride Forum, where we thought, there is warmth, there is myth. So why not something for the LGBTQ community? And that's how the Pride Forum got started.
Yeah, I think the main idea of this forum is also, to create a community that is really strong and to have a place and a regroupment where we can share our stories and also just make new connections, and I think that's really important.
Inaugural year of the Pride Forum has been very exciting. One of the things we got to do was have our first social event. So we went to a local bar. It was a great place for just community building and network building in a very natural way. And so more events like this is something we're interested in, building sponsorships that can really support these type of events that feature Informs, so we can really continue to grow this very new community in a way.
So last year's Informs annual meeting, I had the chance to meet Elena Gertzman, who is the executive director of Informs, and she made me introduced to some of our peers at the current Pride Forum, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Because as a PhD student, I always seek for some mentorship and getting to connect with other LGBTQ members of our ORMS society, so it's a great opportunity for me too.
I mean, obviously, this is a very large conference, a large association, biggest one. I think it's our second largest one we've had. Obviously, many cultures. Many people will probably be wondering how they can become involved, how they can find out more about it. So where would somebody go to learn more about this?
We do have a website. Just go Google for Informs Pride Forum. We have, all our bylaws, what are the objectives of this forum, and you could just reach out to any of us if you would like to know more about the Informs Pride Forum. So, the website would probably be the best place to start off with in terms of knowing who we are, how to get in touch with any of the board members or the forum members.
The only thing I can add to this wonderful answer is that also on the website we have a place where we can write messages, and I think it's also a good platform.
I think Sunday was a really big first step for us, which is the idea of removing ourselves from the most professional environment, which is the conference, and taking us somewhere else, a space that we can call our own, where our attire doesn't have to be as gendered, like we can wear what we feel comfortable in, and having those very down-to-earth conversations. So I think those kind of environments are really important for us. Last year we had the brunch. It was very early. It was very difficult for everyone. It was very on theme, was having a brunch for the Pride group, but that's hard. So having an evening and cocktail hour was really helpful for us.
The only thing I can add is I agree with Tyler, and the event yesterday was a place where everyone can behave as themselves, so it was a really great opportunity.
I'm Max. I am an assistant professor at the University of Michigan. He, him pronouns. I am the secretary treasurer for the Pride Forum, and I think it's awesome that and long overdue that I think we have this community here at Informs, and I think we're about to have our first business meeting, which we're excited about, and I've heard that the event last time was super well attended, which is awesome, because that's not to be taken for granted, I think, for these external events. So I'm just happy to be here. Yeah.
When you flash forward let's say 5 years from now, what do you hope this is and what does it feel like?
Informs has been very supportive about including traditionally marginalized communities in the society. And there are some forms of diversity that are visible and some forms that are invisible. And we as a group are collectively represent an invisible form of diversity, right? So I think it was, long-standing that we needed to have a group like this where all of us could come together, highlight some of the challenges that we face in navigating the profession, and also in our personal lives, because both of this are like innately interconnected. In terms of where we envision seeing ourselves in 5 years, I would say the optimal, again, this is an Informs forum, so I use the word optimal very liberally. So an optimal society would be where we don't need to have such forums, right? Like everything is quote unquote normal. Right? So we don't need to have such forums. We don't need to have panels on DEI. We don't need to have discussions on diversity and inclusion issues. That would be the optimal state. But unfortunately, our community, our world is not there yet. And like Tyler mentioned, we had an amazing social event yesterday. We are piloting a mentorship program to help, LGBTQ individuals network, connect with more senior people in the field. But for all of this, we need support, whether that's monetary support or just non-monetary support. So if there is any way you could help us, either through sponsorships, through, any support, that would be very, very appreciated for us to reach a state where we don't need to have such forums.
You've really touched my heart as a member of the community myself. That was amazing, and what a perfect world you just painted. And I only hope that we can do that in a year, 5 years, however long it takes. I hope that's the end. Thank you all. Thank you for what you're doing. Have an amazing event. And signing off from this evening, but I just say it's nothing but a sheer privilege for me to be able to stand here with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brad. It was a pleasure.